What's up guys, and welcome to another Code Monkeys video. Today I'm going to show you how to install Node. The first thing you want to do is do a sudo apt install curl. Alright, if you already have curl, you don't have to run this, but if you don't, then you want to get curl so that you can run this command here. Alright, so once you run that, it's going to install NVM. And NVM is, that stands for Node Version Manager, and it's actually going to tell you to close and reopen your terminal, but you can just open up a new one. So that's what I'm going to do right here. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you guys is command-v nvm. So this is just going to check that your install was successful. If you get nvm as your result, then your install was successful. Alright, so now we can do nvm install node. Now node is an alias for the current version of Node available, which currently is 12.3.1. But if you just do nvm install node, that will always just install the most current version of Node on your system. So for those of you that just want the most current version, then you can run this and you're good to go. But for those of you that want to be able to install multiple versions and switch between them, what I recommend next is to run nvm ls-remote. Okay, now what this is going to do is it's going to show you all the versions of Node that are available. And so as you can see, there's quite a lot of them. So you can see here that I have version 12.3.1. Let me make this a little bit bigger here. Okay. You can see I have 12.3.1 installed. And also there's an arrow pointing to it. So that means that I'm currently using that version. So let me show you guys. Let me run nvm ls. Alright, so what this is going to do is it's going to list all the versions that I have installed currently, and it's also going to show the one that I'm currently using. So let's say that I did nvm install. Let's say I wanted to get another version. Let's say I want version 10.15.3, which is the latest long-term supported version currently for Node. So let's do nvm install 10.15.3. Alright, so it's going to take a little bit here. Alright, so now it's installed. And you can also see that npm version 6.4.1 was also installed with this version of Node, which is Node's package manager. And I can go over that in a separate video if you guys want me to, so just leave a comment and I'll get to that as well. Alright, so now if I do nvm ls again, you can see that I have multiple versions of Node installed. And you can also see that the arrow is actually pointing to 10.15.3 instead of 12, even though my default used to be set at 12 and my current version that I was using was 12. And the reason for that is when you look at that install, it automatically, when you install a new version, it actually switches it switches you to using that version, but it doesn't change your default. So for example, if I open up another new terminal and I type nvm ls again, you're actually going to see that in this terminal I'm using 12.3.1 still, even though I just installed 10 and technically it said I was using 10 in that terminal. The reason for that is when you set a default Node version, that's going to be the one that you start with whenever you open up a new terminal. So to change that, what you would run is this command right here, nvm alias default and then the version. So technically I don't actually have to type out 10.15.3 to set it as my default. Since I only have one version of 10 installed, I can just put 10 and it'll work. So alright, so now it's set my default. So let's open up a new terminal to see if this is the case. Alright, so we're gonna run nvm ls again, and yeah. So now we're technically using version 10.15.3, and it's now our default. So now anytime we open up a new terminal, that's going to be the version we're using. Now I'm going to go ahead and set it back to 12. So first thing I'm going to do here is actually do nvm use 12. Alright, so that's going to set 12 as the version that I'm using within this terminal. And then what I'm going to do, and also it updates my npm version as well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually also going to set it as my default because I want to use the most current version of Node. Alright, so nvm alias default 12. Alright, so now it's my default again. And alright, so now I want to show you guys another thing we can do, which is actually uninstalling a version. So let's say I don't want 10 on my system anymore. So npm uninstall, now you just put the version. So 10, and I don't have to put the full thing because I only have one version of 10 installed. So nvm uninstall 10. Real quick before I do that though, if I try that with 12, it's not going to let me do that. The reason for that is you can see right there, I'm currently using 12. So I can't uninstall it unless I switch out of it. So that's something to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and uninstall 10. Alright, so now we've now uninstalled version 10, and if we do an npm ls, we can see that we only have version 12 installed, and it is our default and is the one we are currently using, indicated by the arrow there. Alright, so one more thing I actually wanted to show you guys with nvm before I show you a code example with Node is we can do nvm which. Oh, not nvm which. It should oh, my bad. It should be which, and then you can either put I believe you can put Node. Yes, you can put Node, and that'll show you the version of Node that more than likely either the one you're using or the most current version. You can test that out. But if I do which, whatever the version is as well, you can see where that version was installed. So if I do which 12, or which 12, maybe it's actually nvm which 12. Yeah, there we go. nvm which 12. Right, there you go. That'll show you where your the version that you're looking for, where it's installed at, in which directory. And you can go in and check that out and see everything that's also installed with it. You can also do npm-v to see what version you're using with Node Package Manager as well. And you can also look where your Node Package Manager was installed as well. Alright, so now I want to show you guys an example with Node to prove that it really is installed and it works. So let's go ahead and just make a simple program real quick. Let's call it, I don't know, first node program.js. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to go into there and let's just write some simple code real quick. Let's do a console.log and let's just print out hello. Okay, and we don't need a semicolon because it's JavaScript, so go save that. And now what we have to do is do node first program, and it prints out hello. Alright, so now we have Node installed, and you can switch between different versions and look at different versions as you choose and as you please. And you can then look at them like this and see which ones you have installed, uninstall them. I recommend probably always having the latest version of Node installed and always having the latest long-term supported version as well. Those are just common things that people do. If you go to Node's website, actually, those will be the first two that they recommend actually downloading. But doing it with NVM is just so much simpler and quicker, and it just allows you to manage all your different versions so much easily or so much easier. So yeah, I think that's going to be all for this video, guys. If you have any questions, or if you want me to do any other videos related to Node or Node Package Manager or any other installs for any other software, just let me know and leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.